Gemini. This is Jola from Kitchen Witchin Tarot, and I'm here with your November 2021 reading. And tonight it is Halloween, Samhain, All Hallows, whatever you'd like to call it, where the veils between worlds are thin. And I have done a lot of readings today, and it has felt quite powerful. I've felt kind of the movement of the ancestors around me. So that's kind of the energy I've been working with, is channeling the ancestral energy to kind of give you some messages and guidance that's come through via me. So I always start with the Goddess card, and I'm using the Goddess and Sirens deck. And I pulled for you Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is the Oriental goddess of compassion. And looking at your cards on the table at the moment, I can see that you are holding a lot, Gemini, at the moment, is what I would say, which doesn't surprise me. I think because Gemini have these two very distinct sides of your personality, and often more than that actually, it means that all of them have a full life that hold lots of things, which is quite a lot of burden. And so the first card I drew for you is the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands literally is the overwhelm card. It's like, I have had enough, I can't keep going. I'm sort of holding all these wands and I need to put them down. The beauty of the Ten of Wands is it's a 10, so it's the end of a suit. So it's coming to an end. You know it needs to come to an end, that you can't continue to kind of work like this in your life. And I know that because you have the Ace of Cups next to that, which can sometimes sort of tell of new love. But I feel in this case, it's about filling your own cup. It's about making sure that there is compassion for yourself, as Kuan Yin would tell you. Making sure that your self-love is high in order for you to deal with this sort of all this burden that you're holding at the moment. And in order to do that, there feels like there's an energy of kind of tapping into how you used to do this, maybe as a child or a younger person, or just before you became so burdensome, because you've got the Six of Cups, which is about looking back into our past, connecting with old love, old emotions. So it might be a bit of time to kind of look at, how did I used to look after myself when I was younger, or how did I used to play to make myself feel joyful? So there's a question there for you. I have to say that you have 3 aces on the table, and there's only 4 in the deck. So it really, 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 really feels like you are starting or about to begin something very new in your life. And having 3 different types of aces means that it's going to be a big life change. But I don't see the Tower. I don't see things falling apart. It's kind of maybe a slow process after a time of having quite a lot of burden. Particularly because the next card I've got for you was the Fool, which is the first card of the whole tarot and of the major arcana, which really talks about that, again, that childlike innocence of just doing something new for the sake of doing it, not looking for the outcome, not looking, taking the risks, all of that kind of energy. It really feels like that's kind of moving through you at the moment. This maybe want to take a new step, to really change the way your life is going at the moment. And that would obviously, with the Ace of Cups there, first of all, is about filling your own cup emotionally, making sure that you are doing all the things that make you feel worthy and fill up your self-love. So that can be things like doing yoga, that can be just going for a walk with the dog, taking a nice long bath, anything that you do to nurture yourself. But next to the Fool, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is about a new beginning in kind of our building blocks of life. The Pentacles are all the sort of like the practical stuff, like our home and our car and our job. So it feels like you really want a bit of an overhaul. Maybe you're thinking about changing jobs. Maybe that is your burden. Obviously it will be different for each of you, but there is an element of wanting to change the way your practical life works day to day. And I can see with the Two of Pentacles next to that, that you really are juggling a lot. You know, you feel like you kind of got about 20 plates up in the air, and they're starting to wobble, and you're really running around. And then Ace of Swords next to that would be like, you need to have a bit of time. You need to take a bit of time to look at what can be cut away at this point. What is serving me and what isn't? What are the things I have to do, and what are the things that I don't have to do? What are the things that bring me joy, and what are the things that don't? Because the Six of Swords is next to that, which is about letting go of things, letting go of the things that actually are just making this burden all so much more pressure, more pressure on you, and kind of, heaviness upon you. And in order to do that, you do have to do a little bit of internal reflection. Now, I do know quite a lot of Geminis. I'm not sure, and I have to say, most of them aren't particularly keen on doing the internal reflection, but obviously we all have to do it. And I think for me, because I was a bit confused about the moon coming out, which is the internal reflection card. And so I asked for a clarifier, and I drew the Five of Cups. So it feels like one of the reasons you're a bit unhappy about looking inward is you don't want to face the sadness. And maybe this burden has caused you a lot of sadness. But it's saying that if you can do that, really you can kind of step into your power, because then you have your Queen of Pentacles. If you can look at your shadows and you can nurture them and go, you know, treat them like if someone came to you and went, I'm really sad about this and I've got all of this on, how would you treat them? Treat yourself the same way. It's really important. It's what we call radical compassion. And if you're interested in that concept, Tara Brach is the woman to kind of follow on that, because she's written an amazing book all about that, how we nurture ourselves, basically. But it does feel, and it also feels a little bit of a single mum vibe, or a single parent, lone parent kind of vibe here. Obviously that's not for everyone, but the Queen of Pentacles has that kind of strong lone parent kind of feel. And actually maybe that is part of what the burden is. It is a difficult path to lead, I know, as a single mum myself. But it does feel like you really are on the precipice of like just about to kind of jump into something new and wonderful. And if you can kind of connect back into your childlike self or your younger self and see how you used to kind of care for yourself, how you used to bring joy for yourself, and maybe bring some of that back out, you are going to start a new journey. But there's some things that are going to have to be let down. You need to put them down now. And that's part of your inner work, is to work out what is serving me and what isn't. So that is the tarot. The Moonology card I drew for you is, be assured that you and your loved ones are safe. So maybe there's a feeling that if I drop these bloody 10 of wands, if I drop all these wands, we're not going to be safe. No one's going to pick them up. What's going to happen? It's just saying that the universe is there. Your ancestors are there saying it's okay. You are safe. You and your loved ones are safe. So there's a feeling of having to trust in the universe, trust in your spirits, trust in your ancestors. And then the Wiccan card that I drew for you was the Yule card, which is coming up soon. And anyone who would like to attend and is in the Devon area, I put on a wonderful Yule ball, steampunk Yule ball at Exeter Phoenix on the 11th of December. And tickets are on sale now. But anyway, back to your reading. So Yule is about the bringing back of light. So it's almost like, as I said, going inward and looking at our shadows and looking at our dark bits and looking at the bits that make us sad is hard, but it feels like there needs to be some light shed on these things. Maybe you've been pushing them down because you've been so busy with other things, but actually in order for you to move forward and into this new kind of path and new way of being, you're going to have to put some light on it. But once you've done that, obviously, then you can start with the healing. Now, obviously, if there's anything major coming up in terms of your mental health or trauma and what have you, I would always say, you know, make sure that you've got professionals on board, that you're seeking therapy or counselling, or you have a very good friend that can kind of hold that space for you. And then the message from the ancestors came through as, oh, hang on, I might have to put on my glasses for this. It's getting a bit dimpsy in here. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Again, another trust in the universe. We've got you. It's okay. You can put down some of those sticks, but you've got to work out which ones are the ones to put down. I think that's the key. And then your overall energy card is the 10 of Wands again. Wow, from the Angel deck. So again, it's this, you know, overwhelm, this real feeling at the moment that you are feeling absolutely hammered by life. So it's also sort of calls for you to ask for help. Ask for help from others. You know, work out where it is you need to balance your life, and careful on your kind of stress related health conditions. That's the other thing. So if you're starting to get headaches, or if you're like getting very tired a lot of the time, just keep an eye on that, because you know, that's kind of a 10 of Wands warning, really. Look after yourself. Again, use that Kuan Yin compassion energy. Look at that radical compassion for yourself. Look after yourself first, because you're not going to be good to anyone else if you can't do that. Well, my Geminis, I see a beautiful new start. I see you putting down those wands, but you are going to have to do a little bit of inner work. But definitely the universe, your ancestors have got you. So, if you would like a private reading, all my details are down below. I'm also just starting to prepare lots of lovely handmade cosmetics and natural remedies, and they'll be going up on my Etsy shop in the next couple of weeks. Again, keep an eye out for those. And if you feel like you'd like to support the work I do by giving me a donation, my PayPal address is also down below. I hope you have a lovely Halloween, a wonderful new start November. And I hope to see you in December. Bye.